Everyone's talking about IELTS topics, but how many of us really look at the questions? I mean the types of questions the examiners ask. More to the point, why do they ask these questions? Well, because each type of question is an invitation to use certain grammatical structures and elements of cohesion, or ways of linking your ideas together. Take, for example, this question. Do older people enjoy the same types of films as the young? It's asking for comparisons and contrasts. Maybe like this. I think generally speaking, older people prefer dramas and movies based on historical events, whereas most young people tend to go for action movies and all these superhero franchises like Batman or whatever. On the other hand, there are some under 30 who are big fans of adaptations of Jane Austen's novels like Pride and Prejudice. So everyone has different tastes, I guess. How do you rate this answer? It looks pretty good. It compares two age groups. Older people prefer, young people tend to go for. When we're comparing things, we use certain linking words or cohesive devices. Whereas on the other hand, look too at the vocabulary. Tend to go for, some under 30s to mean young people, big fans of. Starting at band 7, the task descriptors mention the use of less common and idiomatic vocabulary. My point is that it's so important to be familiar with the types of questions examiners ask to be able to deliver what they expect. I have an idea. I want you to pretend you're an IELTS examiner. Let's see how good you are at grading some Part 1 answers first, and then look in depth into those all-important Part 3 answers and master these types of questions together. It's Sophia. Let's get started. People say it's good to get off to a good start, and it's certainly true in IELTS speaking. Part 1 lasts 5 minutes, and you have to answer at least 11 questions. That's around 20 to 25 seconds for each question on average. We can't say for sure, but our answers in Part 1 must be snappy. That's a nice word, snappy. It means quick with no hesitation, no pauses to think. Just go straight to the point. In Part 1, the questions are personal about your experience, basic opinions, feelings, and preferences. These questions are meant to give you the chance to show how well you can handle a range of grammatical structures and use appropriate vocabulary. Accuracy and good vocabulary choices. For the first 2 minutes of the test, the examiner will either ask you where you live or where you work or study. Take a look at these questions and answers. Ready to give your grade? What do you like about the area where you live? Well, for a start, it's not far from where I work. In fact, I often walk to and from work as it only takes me 10 to 15 minutes. Apart from that, there is a park nearby where we go jogging. When if it's shops, you want a new shopping center opened up last year. It has everything we need. Take a few seconds. What's your grade? I'm going high. A good band 8 at least. The question asks for details. The answer gives 3 reasons in favor of the area. Not far from work, park close by, good shops. But, and this is more important, each reason is supported with examples and connections. Close to work so I can walk. I have the park where we like jogging. So whenever you can, describe, give examples, or explain. Next question, do people of all ages live in the area? Well, yes, there are people of different ages living in the area. Ready? What did he give this time? It's not going to impress the examiner that much. The problem is that it simply repeats the question. We need to paraphrase, how would you do it? Well, yes, there is a broad mix of generations as it's very residential with lots of houses. You see many older retired people as well as families with young kids. We've paraphrased in the first sentence and then expanded the answer further by giving some examples in the second sentence. Another question, is it a good place for young people to live? Personally speaking, no, there is nothing to do. Do you get the same impression as me? The answer is too short. What's the examiner's next step? To ask the question, why not? Why not questions are a request for an explanation. It's best to give your explanation straight away. Maybe like this. Personally speaking, no, there's nothing to do. I mean, for teenagers, it's so boring. There is no cinema, not even a decent place to have a coffee. So all we can do is go to a friend's house. Most of us can't wait to leave. After around 2 minutes, the examiner will move on to ask questions on 2 more. Part 1 topics. The choice of topics is varied. Here is an example. Let's talk about small businesses. Are there many small businesses where you live? Well, yeah, I guess like small shops and things like that. What do you think? The answer is very vague. No, it's fine to use colloquial expressions, but this answer is too colloquial. The vocabulary is just not good enough. Small shops and things. Try to be more precise and give concrete examples that show your range of vocabulary. Let's try again. Well, yeah, indeed, there are quite a few starting off with the small grocery stores and lots of specialist shops that have been there for years. There is a florist, a watch repairer, and a great butcher. It's a bit expensive, but the quality is amazing. Next question. Do you prefer buying things from big companies or small businesses? I think it depends. I mean, if it's something quite expensive, a smartphone or a laptop, for example, I'd rather go to a large chain store, where I can get a guarantee and customer service if anything goes wrong. But for other things, a hardware store maybe, if it's a small item or two, I wouldn't care about the size of the company. Remember, the maximum is band 9. Are you going for that? We could. The grammar is complex. We have conditionals. If something is quite expensive, I'd rather go. And comparatives, but for other things. So we are comparing expensive purchases with inexpensive ones. The vocabulary is wide and topic-specific. Chain store, customer service, hardware store. I like the substitution of prefer buying with I'd rather go. Excellent paraphrasing. Let's look at just one more from part 1. Have you ever worked in a small business? One summer, I've worked half-time in a small restaurant like a waitress. Have you noticed all the mistakes? What grade can we give? Examiners are told to give a maximum of 5 if there are so many errors that it makes comprehension a little difficult. Here we have 3. We need the past tense, not the present perfect. The idea behind the question is to see how well the test taker can talk about past experiences. The next mistake is half-time, which is an interval in a football game. If you work 4 hours a day, that's part-time, and if you work as a waitress, then that's your job. So be careful with grammar and vocabulary, and don't forget to expand each answer. Let's see an improved version. Indeed, I have. One summer when I was 18, I worked part-time in a restaurant as a waitress. It was hard work because I was on my feet all the time, but I enjoyed it. It was a family business, and they were all very nice to me. We said earlier, it's always good to start well. It's just as important to finish well. Part 1 is about you and your experiences. Part 3 is different. Here you should think in general terms. The questions are tougher. The answers longer and more complex. The examiner takes your Part 2 topic and asks related questions. These have different levels of complexity. There are 3 sets of questions. Weaker candidates get sets 1 and 2. Stronger candidates get sets 2 and 3. The questions are not scripted, so it's vital to understand what each question is really asking. The first topic is, describe a period of history that has always interested you. Another is teamwork. The easiest questions are factual, describing or comparing situations past and present. How is history taught in schools in your country? Until recently, it was traditional textbook-based exams focused on memorizing names and dates. No debate. First, the problem was, as for the exams, so in other words, excellent linking words and structure. Set 2 questions are more complex, outlining advantages, disadvantages, or predictions. Is watching fictional films a good way to learn history? The answer uses strong vocabulary. Distort the past, historical inaccuracies, real life, high lexical resource band 8. Finally, set 3, the most complex speculative questions. To what extent is it true that history has nothing to tell us? Strong conditionals. If we use, then we might. And type 3 conditionals show high-level grammar. Another example about international cultural events shows complex sentences, modal verbs, passive voice. Band 9. Today I haven't mentioned pronunciation, but speaking clearly matters. However, great answers alone are not enough. You must also master Part 2, which many candidates struggle with. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sophia Bechtel from ABC IELTS. If this lesson helped you, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone preparing for IELTS. Good luck with your preparation and your exam. Bye.